Welcome everyone to this tutorial. So this tutorial is all about using these three tools in CorelDRAW, which is very important, especially when you're vectorizing a logo, a graphics, or an illustration or a photo. So these tools are very handy, especially when you're submitting a graphic or an artwork to a printer, because vector images are still the best to give to a printer because of their high resolution and it's sharp. The corners are sharp and it's not pixelated. So I'm going to talk about the freehand, Bezier, and the pen tool. So I have some, I'm gonna move this over here. I've got some examples here in where to use these three tools here. So for example, all of these are all of these are bitmaps, right, or JPEGs or PNG. And when you hit on the wireframe, you can see everything is gray. That's because it's bitmaps, right, and it's low resolution. So first, we are going to talk about which tools are we going to use for different scenario. So let's start with the Tesla logo. So for the Tesla logo, um, the best for me, the best tool that should be used here is the Bezier tool, because the Bezier tool has more. You're adding points, and then after adding points, then you curve the points. Okay. Now let's do a demo on that one. Okay. So what I do, in order to do a vector here, I go to my transparency tool and go to the uniform transparency, and then I'm going to lock this. Right mouse click and then lock. Okay. So I'm going to use my Bezier tool. So the tools are in here. I'm going to my Bezier tool, and I'm going to say start from here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror it later. So I'm going to move my ruler there so that I have a guide, and I'm gonna start here. Okay, I'm gonna go to view, and then I'm going to snap on my grid. Snap on, sorry, guidelines. Okay, so I'm gonna start here. So click, and then click, and then here, click, 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 and click here. So basically that's what we want to do. We're going to create some nodes first, and then I'm going to close this one. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a curve. So I highlight the nodes, went to my shape tool, and then click on convert to curve. So with this one, then I can reshape this by moving the lines like that, and then this one here, and then this one. You can zoom in. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my snap, because once you're doing this, it's best to turn off your snap, um, because so you can move freely. Okay, so that's all good. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make it red, and then right mouse click on the no outline, and then you know that this is symmetrical, right? So I'm just going to click on this. Okay, if you don't have the symmetry feature, because that's only in the newer versions, what you can do, you can go plus sign in your keyboard, and then hold down shift. So hold down shift, and then move this to the left. Oops, sorry. It's not shift, it's control. Hold down control, and then I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to release. So again, duplicate it with now offset, and then hold on control and then move it to the, it's like flipping it over. And then now what you're gonna do is you're gonna select, hold down shift, select these two, and then you're gonna weld that. Okay, so now it's welded together. And then this one, it's a matter of creating an ellipse and then centering the ellipse here, and then you'll just like see or estimate like that. And then what you can do, you can plus sign your keyboard again and then move it over up. Okay, and then maybe move it higher a bit. Okay, and then maybe we'll just move it lower. And then what you can do, you can cut this by using a line like that, and then also here. Oops. Okay, and then what you can do, you can go to your smart fill tool, and you're gonna fill that with red, and then you can just delete this ones. Okay, and that will be red. And then if you notice, you can still edit this one. You can move this over here and then just do it that way. Okay, so that's okay. That's all for the Bezier tool. So that's what I recommend, to use Bezier tool in creating logos. Now let's go to this this image of a rabbit. So this is a like an image. There, say we're gonna vectorize this. So I'm gonna go, I'll go to my transparency tool, make that transparent, and then I'm gonna lock it. Okay, lock that, and then let's with this one, let's try the pen. For me, I think pen is the best one for this one. So let's see the pen. So click on the pen tool and say we're gonna start here. So you click and then you click one more time, and then you can reshape it while you're creating the nodes. Like that. And then later on you can go back to that if you want to edit it. Okay, so here we go like this, and then here. So vectorizing skill is very important in CorelDRAW, because you're gonna deal with a lot of vector image, and CorelDRAW is a vector program. And so with this one, I'm going to, okay, Control Z here. I'm going to fix that later. I'm just gonna continue here. And this one here, and then go like this. The lesser nodes, the better, so that your nodes is smoother. Okay, so you go here. Okay, so zoom out here. Okay, I'm just gonna do this quickly so that we can go to the other tool. Okay, here. So you find a point where you can reshape, example here, and then go back here. here, here, and then I'm going to close it. Okay, and then you can always go back. So you click on your shape tool and go back to the nodes that you want to edit. Say for example here. So notice this one moves, right? So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna hit Control Z. You're going to select this node, and then you're going to cusp mode, and then you can go like this. And this one, if you want to delete a node, just double click and it deletes a node. Okay, and for example here, okay, so I'm gonna move this one. Say you want to add this one more node here so that you can create a curve here. So just double click and then click on that, and then you can reshape. We'll do this one now. Okay, and then this one again, we'll just do a cusp mode and then move this over here. Okay, and this one here. Okay, so I'm just gonna so you get the point, right? So I'm not gonna finish that. I'm just gonna color it black and then move it here. So that's one way. Okay, so now this one here, since if you have an object or a photograph like this, and then you want to you want to create like an illustration of like a dog, or like an effect wherein it's like a paintbrush effect. So here's you can use the freehand tool is best for this. So let's do that. So I'm gonna go hit my transparency tool, make it transparent, and then I'm going to lock this, right mouse click and then lock, and then I'm going to go to my freehand tool. So in freehand tool you can just like create lines. Let's say for example here, and it doesn't need to be exact because we're going to create this as an illustration. So here and then here, and then we start here. So it's just like tracing the silhouette of the dog. Okay, some details here. Let's just say we're gonna put some lines here for the ears. And then we go, doesn't need to be exact because our objective here is we're going to create like an illustration style. Okay, and then we're going to go here for the tongue, and here. So again, I'm using the freehand tool, and I'm gonna go here. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna add one more there. Okay, so we still have the eyes, so I'm gonna go like this, and then here, and I'm gonna go like this, the nose, and I'm gonna add some lines here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna unlock this, and I'm going to move this over to the right side, and we'll take a look. Okay, so here's the style that I always use. So for example, you want to make this like an artistic drawing. So you're going to select all your lines that was done with the freehand tool, and then you go to your artistic media. I'm just gonna move this one here. So you go to artistic media, and then you choose your brush, and then click on calligraphy, and then you can choose a lot of styles here. These are styles of the brushes. So for example, I'm going to use, say, this one here. Take a look at that, right? And then you can change the size by increasing the size here. Okay, That's yeah. And then, for example, you want to change it to a different style. Say, so what we're gonna do, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to copy and paste this so that we can see the difference. So in here, let's say we change the brush. So we're going to change, make it calligraphy still, but change the brush style. Say this one here. See, it's just like a done with a marker. Yeah, so that's all for today. So I taught you 3 tools, that very important tools that you have to learn in CorelDRAW. So freehand for the illustration type like this, and then for logo like this, Bezier tool is best, and pen tool is illustration like this that needs a lot of curves. This one is more straight lines. Okay? And if I'm going to recreate this one, vectorize this, I'm gonna use the Bezier tool. Okay, so I hope you learned from that lesson. And again, I thank you all who are watching, and you give me inspiration. So whenever I see videos that have some views, it keeps me creating some videos. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, please turn on the notification, the bell, so that you will be notified. And thank you for watching. And bye for now. I'll see you tomorrow.